Hello and welcome to this latest edition of the CertiK KYC Leaderboard Showcase. I'm your host, Jesse. In this showcase, I host a project for a live AMA where we discuss their work with CertiK and the importance of KYC for projects in the Web3 industry. Our goal is to raise the standards of security and transparency in the Web3 ecosystem. The KYC Leaderboard, found at skynet.certik.com, is a free tool to help you safely navigate the Web3 world. Web3 is filled with innovative platforms, but with thousands of new projects to choose from comes the challenge of assessing their legitimacy. It's not always easy to differentiate between genuine innovators and those merely attempting to ride the blockchain wave. CertiK's KYC Leaderboard is designed to help you navigate this landscape, gives you a comprehensive look at CertiK-verified Web3 teams and their KYC verification status. The KYC Leaderboard ranks verified projects with badges from gold to silver to bronze, each representing a different level of verification. Gives you a comprehensive look at, this allows you to assess the trustworthiness of each project at a glance, ensuring your Web3 activity is directed towards teams that have undergone rigorous scrutiny and are willing to publicly stand behind their project. Today's featured project is EDU3Labs, who recently earned a KYC Gold badge, the highest level. EDU3Labs combines education and blockchain technology to create a platform where content creators, learners, and token holders can all benefit. To talk more about the platform, who better than Mustafa, founder and CEO of EDU3Labs. Welcome.
Hello, Jesse. Thank you for the intro and pleasure to be here.
Great to have you on. So let's start for our listeners who are not aware. Could you just provide a brief overview of EDU3Labs and the primary goals of the platform?
Thank you so much. EDU3Labs is intersection of blockchain technologies and online education platform. Currently, we are building blockchain-based online education and publishing platform where all parties, including content creators, academics, authors, and students, can all benefit, and at the same time, they are all rewarded fairly and also transparently. So our aim is that what we see in Web3 industry is that we are lack of bringing new industries to our ecosystem. So our aim is to bring all online education industry to Web3, staying as a technology provider, and creating an environment for all parties that can monetize their work fairly. So shortly, that's what we are doing.
Awesome. Yeah, and we can get more into the details very shortly, but I think it'd be interesting to just talk a little bit about how you came to create this platform, what your journey in crypto was like, and how did you end up where you are today?
Personally, I have been in crypto space since 2015. And also, I started my investments with Bitcoin. And at that time, I was doing an investment banking where I was covering many sectors, including online education as well. So in 2017, I was considering to do Web3-based business. But at that time, technology wasn't allowing us to build the real products because of the lack of scalability and at the same time, the high fees. So I kind of wait for technology to evolve and allow us to build real products. And once we come 2021 with the release of new layer ones, such as BNB chains, Avalanche, and the Solanos with more scalable and low fee blockchains. At that time, we observed that with the evolution of GameFi, once the real sectors are integrated into Web3 space, they can create huge hype. And afterwards, I started to think that how we can do this and integrate online education to Web3. As you know, once you do Web3-based business, you should be able to answer why you are doing it on Web3. And we did our research, and we ended up with focusing on being as a technology provider and bring all parties to Web3, because what we see in Web2 platforms is that, especially content creators and academics and authors, they are not rewarded fairly. And they barely make between like 10 to 20%, 25%, and they get their money in like 6-7 months. And there was like big problems in there. So that's why we positioned ourselves as a technology provider and use NFTs and blockchain as an infrastructure where can they sell their contents and they get their reward instantly. So that was shortly my journey, and we started to build it by the beginning of 2022. And right now we are 20 full-time team members, and we are building on BNB chain, and we launched our testnet, and more than 10K users from 34 different countries, they tested our platform, and now we are being prepared to launch in mainnet as well.
That's great. That's great to hear. And I like that you have thought about your answer to why you're using blockchain technology. That was going to be my next question, but you've already answered. So we'll move on to the next one. Maybe you could just give an overview of, for both a content creator and a student, how can they use the platform? What does it look like for someone who's signing up to create content? And what does it look like for someone who is signing up to learn and yeah, take advantage of the resources on the platform?
Okay. So from content creators' perspective, it's actually very similar with Web2 online education platforms. The only difference is that once they upload their content, the distribution is being through NFTs. And by this way that we are opening huge secondary market for education and publishing. And from, as I mentioned, content creators' perspective, uploading content is a similar process. But the difference is that they are free to sell their contents, either BNB or USDT, or we will be adding other crypto pairs. So that's the major difference. And the other difference is that they get their reward instantly to their wallet. And that's how we differ from Web2 online education platforms. For students, again, it's very similar with Udemy's, Coursera's, and other Web2 online education platforms, and they are just like buying it. The content is an NFT, and once they finish their course, they are able to sell their NFT in our marketplace. So that's the difference. And at the beginning, they are going to be able to log into our platform with their wallet, either MetaMask or other wallets. And in the phase 2, we will be activating being logged in with Web2 channels like emails and social medias. So shortly, from content creators' perspective and students' perspective, we wanted to design very user-friendly, and also we are giving high importance that they're going to be able to take advantage from great content in our platform.
Okay, cool. And how, like, when it comes to the content that's on the platform, is there moderation? How do you, is it freely open for anyone to sort of post anything they like and let the market decide the value of it? Or yeah, how, in terms of the quality and content of the educational resources, how do you balance that?
Great question, Jesse. Thank you. At the beginning, we will be not allowing everyone to upload their content. We will be inviting famous content creators, academics with our NFT. So by this way, they're going to be able to upload courses in our platform. In the phase 2, and which we target in the mass adoption, the content creators, they are going to be able to upload their course, and there will be like different teams in-house and also outsourced partners who will be checking the content of the courses if there's any like prohibited contents or like inappropriate things. So shortly, there will be, we are not going to be fully centralized, of course, and in the next phases, the token holders will be able to vote the contents. But at the beginning, we will be positioning ourselves as half decentralized, and the content will be approved by the professionals, both in-house and with outsourced partners.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. When it comes to the cost of resources, so I guess generally the model in Web2 businesses is that you either buy a course or it's supported by advertising, which can distract from the educational mission. How competitive is EDU3Labs content on price for students?
So in EDU3Labs, what we believe is that, Jesse, currently the education hasn't been democratized yet, and at the same time, it hasn't been practical yet. So in our platforms, there will be more like chillable contents, which are not very long, which are not very academic, and at the same time, there will be like the competitive price. So we will be we will be letting students and other users take advantage from high quality courses, and at the same time with the competitive pricing. So in that sense, like we will be positioning ourselves as more like democratized and targeting the mass audience.
And how do you get that mass audience to switch over from tools that they may be familiar with, you know, YouTube, those sorts of things? Obviously, the Web3 technology has a really powerful, a lot of benefits with the NFTs and incentives. How do you get students who just want to learn? How do you get them to come to your platform? What's the approach there?
That's great. For students, actually, we are the first platform who is rewarding the success of students as well. So we are gonna first we focused on the supply side, in which we are bringing the great content creators to our platform, and we are rewarding them fairly. At the same time, with our token mechanics, we are making them partners of our platform, because if you check our tokenomics, more than 10% of total supply belongs to content creators. So they are not only selling their courses, but at the same time, the loyal content creators, they are being part of the partner of our ecosystem, our project. So once like we are sure that our platform is filled with high quality contents, and then we are going to provide this to students, and also we will be launching the weekly knowledge contests, and in which the successful students will be rewarded constantly. So by this way, we will be increasing the engagement of education and learning, and at the same time, we are making it more gamified and also the entertained at the same time.
That makes sense. I think it's a powerful model. If you can, you know, learn and earn, it's a real great combination. So obviously, it takes a while to build out a platform like this. It's relatively early days for EDU3Labs. But what does the mature, complete platform look like? What do you see the platform looking like in 5 to 10 years?
So what we believe is that with our NFT solutions, and we are solving a lot of problems. So at the beginning, since we are doing something unique, because there is no other example, any other company that is doing similar business with us, and there are some education related tokens and also like Web3 education platform, but they are all Web2 based Web3 contents. So we are doing it opposite. We are using blockchain as a tool to disrupt the education market. So what we see ourselves in 3 to 5 years, that we believe the education will be fully gamified. It will be much more practical than today, and it's also getting closer to real life. And with our the learn to earn models, and also the upcoming educational games as well, and we see us in a good position that can target the mass audience, and at the same time we can be a bridge between the online education companies in Web2 who wants to discover to Web3. So our aim is again that being a bridge between online education and the Web3, and we would like to onboard many companies and many academics and many famous content creators to Web3. But to do this, we should be able to transparent, secure, and at the same time, we should design a model that everyone is rewarded fairly, and also they are partners of the ecosystem. I think the biggest power we have in our business model is that we are offering everyone partnership, including like students and also content creators side. And at the same time, we are also giving chance to investors who can like buy our token and stake it, and they will be able to have free contents at the same time. So shortly, yes, and in 3 to 5 years, we see ourselves in like top online education companies in the world, and we had like great testnet, and we had great feedbacks, and we will be working hard to stay to be one of the leaders in online education space.
That's great to hear the vision. Thank you for laying that out for us. And One other thing, so when it comes to AI, I think that probably has a lot of combinations with the model that you have here. So you may have students who learn with the help of an AI or AI generated content. How do you see blockchain, whether that's, verifying the identity of the creator that you're learning from, so you're getting their words, it's from the original source. How do you see that playing into the future of learning platforms like Edu3?
Great question. Thank you. First of all, personally, I believe AI will maximize its power when it's fully integrated with blockchain. Because, as you know, currently AI is feeding from the data in Web2. But once it starts to feed from Web3 and blockchain, they will being feed with 100% secure, transparent, and right information. That's my perspective of integration of AI and blockchain. And when it comes to integration of AI, blockchain, and online education, what we believe is that the future of learning is personalized. And currently, the students, and it has been like this since we have an education. So we are being educated with standardized curriculums, and nothing is like personalized, but the people's needs, people's skill set are different. So what we believe is that with the power of AI, and once you start to get the courses and you get the results, the mechanics will get your strengths and your weaknesses, and also the path you can go. So there will be the personalized learning will be including kind of the advice, which path you should follow, and what are your skill sets, and what you should focus on more. So I believe once AI, blockchain, and education is integrated, education generally will be much more efficient, and at the same time, people will be able to know more about themselves and their skill set.
Yeah, I think you've done a pretty good job of summing up what the future may look like. It's hard to know exactly what's going to happen, but it sounds like you're ready for whatever does come and thinking proactively. So when it comes to security, obviously CertiK is a security company, so we have to touch on security. What collaborations did you have, audits with CertiK and other security measures? How did you approach security from this platform when designing the platform? And what steps did you take to ensure the security of the platform and users?
For us, security matters a lot, and it's extremely important for us because unlike Web2 platforms, in Web3 space, users are being logged in to your platform with their wallets. And once there's a deficit in security, and there is a lack, and also it may be huge problems, and people may lost their own funds as well. So our approach was and in Web3 space, what we see is that generally the projects, they are doing pre-seed rounds, private sales, public sales, they are getting listed, and then they are doing their audit. But our approach is that we prioritize the security, and even doing private and public sale first, we built our product, and also we started to work with CertiK for our full audit, not only token, but also our platform. And at the same time, we are doing penetration testings, and also we will be doing so many the security tests in the following days, and also our aim is to do it with the well-known partners like CertiK. And for us, as I mentioned, since the login in Web3 space is being done with wallets, and the security of funds are very important for us, and that's why we prioritize security even before launching our product on the mainnet.
Got it. Yeah, I like that logins are done using a wallet that's very crypto native, and it means you don't have databases of everybody's usernames and passwords. They just use their keys, and it's as secure as any wallet that they're using. So that's good to hear. And when it comes to KYC, why did you choose to get KYC verified with CertiK? You have a KYC Gold badge. Just give us your thoughts about what that shows to your community and why you chose to go for the verification.
Unfortunately, recently, what we what we have seen is that there are so many like unknown teams. They launch the projects and they scam so many people, and that's also one of the weak point of the Web3 space. So that's why we wanted to show community and everyone that we are behind our project and we trust ourselves, we trust our project as well. So that's why we have done our KYC and being transparent and being professional, and at the same time we wanted to show our communities that we are real. So and we know what we are doing, and also we are transparent.
For sure, and it's a very, very comprehensive process. One that doesn't, review. You don't have to post your passport online or anything like that. Your identity, your personal details are not revealed publicly, but they have been verified as going through a very comprehensive process conducted by former law enforcement, former intelligence professionals. So it's a really rigorous process, as I'm sure you can attest to. How in depth did you find the KYC process?
I think what we did with KYC is that all related information got by us, and it's done in a secure way. So not only myself, but also like 6 of our team members, they completed all parts of the KYC process, and we shared our ID details, and at the same time with online mechanics that we showed that we are real and everything is secure. Shortly, it was like this, and we wanted to be sure that we will show our transparency to our community, and that's why we want to complete our KYC with as much as teammates we have.
For sure, yeah. All core team members and everybody who has a hand in the project. That's important and good to hear. So we're coming up nearly on time, but I'd like to know what's the most exciting thing on the platform that a user or a content creator can do today. What's the best feature, in your opinion, that someone can get started with today?
Great question. I think we are pretty strong in supply side because, for example, in author's perspective, today the writing book process is generally starting with the advance payment made by authors to publishing houses. And once they receive the payment, there is a book publishing process, which is like around 12 to 15 months. And then there's another distribution process, which is like around 4 to 5 months. And afterwards, they barely make 7 to 10% from the total sales. I'm talking about the authors. But once they upload their book and they sell it as an NFT in our platform, they start to make money immediately, and they are making minimum 50%. I think we are offering a lot authors' perspective. And also, until today, there was a huge secondary market for publishing industry. And the secondary market in publishing industry is bigger than 58 times more than the primary market. But nobody's taking advantage from it, either authors or publishing houses. But once the authors or publishing houses they sell their book as an NFT, they have lifetime royalty. I think that is huge, and also we are opening like $100 billion of economy by this way, which hasn't been done yet until today. And the other feature is making us very exciting is that we are offering real partnership to all players in our ecosystem, including content creators, authors as well, with our token mechanics. And as I mentioned before, they are able to make minimum 50%, and at the same time, they don't need to wait months to get their profit. They can make it immediately, and at the same time, they can also make lifetime royalty fees from secondary market sales. That's from the supply side. And from students' perspective is that, to me, it's very exciting and promising to reward successful students constantly. Because there are some the knowledge contest games, and they are being done as an apps. but we are the first platform which is combining knowledge contest and online education platform. And by this way, our aim is to increase the engagement of learning and make education much more exciting, much more gamified by this way. This is also, I think, very exciting because when we examine Gen Z, and I think it's so important to motivate them because they are making money easily from social medias or like trading cryptos and etc. And once you motivate them and you reward them with the mechanics you have, I think we have a good chance to increase our user base as well. So both in supply side and demand side, I think we are offering a lot, and this is very exciting.
For sure, I think the publishing model that you're implementing, I mean, 7 to 10% in legacy publishing is really not much at all for all the work that goes into it and the time that you said and working with all these different partners. So if an author can basically skip all those steps and make 5 times the margin, then I think that's a pretty attractive proposition and really opens up a whole lot of opportunities to people who wouldn't have been able to get that book deal, wouldn't have been able to go through that whole process, wouldn't have had that opportunity. So now they can do it online and publish on your platform and have that be available for everybody who's wanting to read, wanting to learn, with the learning model and the incentive and reward model that you mentioned. So yeah, I think it's a really interesting model and a really interesting application of blockchain technology to education, which it's great to see in the space. So nearly on time, but what final words would you like to leave the audience with, and where can people follow along with your project and get involved as well?
We are pretty active in our social media channels, and our approach is being professional and being transparent as much as possible. We are sharing everything, and soon we are going to announce big partnerships, and our aim is to bring new users from Web 2 to Web 3, not only content creators, but also bring their students as well. For example, we are dealing with big content creators who haven't bought any Bitcoin yet, but they are coming to Web 3 through EDU3Labs. So that's our current focus, and I think that should be all Web 3 entrepreneurs' focus, because currently we are suffering to bring new users to Web 3 from Web 2. And EDU3Labs' main concentration is, as I mentioned, bringing new people, bringing new industry to Web 3. And we will be focusing on that a lot. And to our community, they can follow our social media channels, and soon, probably until the mid of November, we will be launching our main product on the BNB chain mainnet, so that they can start to use our platform. But until the mid of October, our testnet is live, and they can try our product, and they can get advantage from our rewarded testnet process as well. And soon, as I mentioned, we are going to have big announcements. We will be bringing big education companies to Web3 space, and we are not only bringing them from the content creators perspective, but also we will be bringing their students as well. So our aim is in the following 2 to 5 years, bringing millions of new users to Web3 with our solutions.
That's an inspiring mission, and I think it's a really great one. So thank you for giving us an overview of EDU3Labs and the platform that you're creating, the communities that you're serving, and which is both content creators and students. And congratulations on your KYC Gold badge. It's a real mark of legitimacy, I think, in Web3. So great to hear that you're taking security seriously, going down a great path, and really working towards a really inspiring vision. So thank you very much for your time today, and we look forward to seeing where your platform goes.
Thank you so much, Jesse, and thank you so much for your time, and thank you for all the support during this process. and hopefully we are going to achieve great things together. And at the same time, for us, it's important to work professional companies like you to understand us where we are, and also like in our platform, we will try to help people and educate people about how important is the security, and both being professional and transparent side, and at the same time bringing new users. We should be sure that we are like well audited and our platforms are fully secure to bring new users and to avoid the hacks we experienced before.
For sure. And for more on hacks, everyone should check out the Q3 hack report, which is live on CertiK.resources.com. Good auditing and KYC badges are a great way to avoid these sorts of hacks and scams that plague the industry. But I think you're building a really professional, really well-designed product. So congratulations on that. And thank you very much for your time again. We'll see everybody in the audience next time.
Thank you so much.